Hello everybody, welcome to another video. This one has been something I've wanted to make for a while, and it's going to be very difficult for me to do so. So, like me, grab a brew, and let's jump in. Hello everybody. We're going to talk about mental health in the hobby, and mental health in men, because I don't think enough of us guys speak about mental health, and I don't think we talk about our problems enough. So I think the easiest thing to do is probably jump in from the start. I was in the military. I was a member of Her Majesty's Queen's Guard, and I was an infantry soldier. I have been around a bit and seen a lot of things that a lot of young guys should never really have to see, and experienced things that a lot of young guys should never have to experience. And it has definitely left a lasting effect. Now, this doesn't really hit you, or at least for me it didn't hit me until I come out of the military, and it was about a good year or so afterwards. And at that time I was finding it very difficult to deal with the fact that I was no longer in the military, and I felt as though I'd lost a very big part of my identity, because I was now a civilian and not a soldier. And that was very difficult, and obviously everything else that I'd experienced and had left a lasting effect on me was basically sitting inside my head like a ticking time bomb, and it all went off in one, and ultimately it put me in a very negative, dark place and put me onto a very destructive path that ultimately left me wanting to hurt everyone around me, and ultimately wanted to make me hurt myself. And I almost did this, and I will be completely honest now and say that I was in a very, very dark place, and I was going to do something very, very stupid and foolish that would have resulted in me not being here today. It was horrible. This is the second time I've recorded this video, because the first time I started talking about this, I kind of got a little bit weepy. My eyes are quite red now, and it was very difficult for me to say this, but I was going to hurt myself. And what kind of stopped me was the sheer disgust that I felt at myself, because I was about to do something that would have a lasting effect on the loved ones and family and friends around me, that really did kind of hit me hard, because it was like, what am I doing? Not only that, I don't like to back down from a fight, and I was, in my head, I was about to lose a fight. And I suppose in a way I also gained a new fight, and that was to fight this, to overcome it, which over the last 14 years has been something that I have done every day, and I feel as though that I'm winning now. But some of you are probably sitting there going, why are you making this video? Well, I'm making this video for two reasons. One, to explain how I'm feeling, and how Warhammer has been a big part of helping me deal with this. And two, to hopefully reach out and touch at least one person, at least one of you, that may be feeling the same that I was: isolated, alone, scared, vulnerable, lonely, in pain. And when I say in pain, that's not physical pain, it's like an emotional internal pain. It's very hard to describe how you can be in pain but not be in physical pain, if you understand. If you're feeling like that, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about straight away. And I hope that this video at least gets to one of you, at least, and then gets you to talk to somebody before you do something stupid. And that would be really cool. But how has Warhammer helped, and what has Warhammer got anything to do with this? Well, after everything had happened and I broke down and I said I need help, I tried the counselling thing and it didn't really work. What I found was that because it was a military thing and my counsellor was a civilian, there was no connection. I couldn't trust them. I didn't think that they understood where I was coming from. So I had to resort to other ways, and that was obviously being open and honest about how I was feeling and talking to people about what I was going through. And I would speak to my friends and go, this is what's going on, I don't feel good, this is what's happening. And I do try to continue to do that. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do still bottle it up, and then I will go, I don't feel too good. That's something that I still have to deal with. And the military hammers it into you that showing weakness or any form of weakness is bad, and you will be preyed upon it. Even by your friends will take the piss out of you if you show any form of weakness. So this is something that I've still today having to overcome, and I do try to overcome it. But one of the easiest things that I have found that's helped me deal with what's going on in here is by painting one of these. I can sit here and paint for hours upon hours and completely forget what is going on in here, and it allows me to get it out of my system. Even going for a walk and getting out in the open and the fresh air and near the coast is really a positive impact on my head as well as my health, but mainly on my head. It makes me feel good, it makes me feel happy, it makes me feel alive, it makes me feel, the biggest point is that I still want to be here, and that's the big thing that you want to take away from that. The hobby allows me to be sociable, it allows me to have friends, it allows me to have something that I can put my passions and drive into, and ultimately it allows me to forget, or at least block out the crap in my head. So yeah, I would say that Warhammer has been a very big part of this past 14 years. More so because I've done it since I was a kid, but I would say the last 14 years has been a huge part of my life, because it has basically helped keep me here. And I think if I didn't have Warhammer, I wouldn't have the friends that I had. I would say have, and I wouldn't be here, because I would have probably done something stupid by now. So yeah, it's definitely been a big thing. And the last couple of years with my marriage breaking down and moving in and my dog dying and a lot of other things kicking me in the nuts this past couple of years, has also been a very trying effect on me. Lockdown was a very negative effect, environment to be in, and definitely didn't help me mentally. But again, during lockdown, painting allowed me to escape that, because I could sit here and paint and get away from it. Streaming and making video content about my favourite thing in the world, my hobby. If my girlfriend watches this video now, she's going to have my nuts in a vice. She is my favourite thing in the world. Just want to clarify that. But my hobby is my big passion. That thing that really gets my nerdy juices flowing. Oh God, I'm going to need to edit that out. Anyway, quick skip before she turns up and busts me. It allows me to escape. It allows me to channel those positive feelings into it, something that's really cool, and I kind of get that positive hit back. And that's what's really cool about it, and that's what's really amazing about this community, is that you can share these things and you can pass that on to and experience it with others, like-minded people. And one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this video is I don't think there's enough male content creators saying this. Now, I've heard of a lot of female content creators have said about mental health and things, not enough guys. And this is a male-dominated hobby. And the one thing that guys generally don't do is kind of listen. And I think we need to start listening. We need to talk. You need to know that it's okay to talk about your feelings, to be open about what's going on in your head, and to say to your mate or your family and your loved ones, look, I don't feel right. There's something not going well here. Because once you're on that path of self-destruction, it's horrible. It really is horrible. And once you're at the end of it, like, I don't know why I chose not to do it. I don't know why it was that point that I got angry at myself and disgusted at myself that it chose not to do what I was going to do. I don't know why. Some people could be religious and say that was God interfering. Others could say something even more profound, but I don't know. All I know is at that point I turned back, and I'm so glad I did. Every day now I am glad to be alive and doing this. I've tried to live my life to the fullest now as much as I can, and try to be as happy and as positive as I can. I know a lot of my friends will laugh at me saying that because I come across as a grumpy bastard. And for the last 18 months at least, not the last 6 months, my life has massively changed over these last 6 months with meeting my girlfriend. And when I say this, it's really true. I would wake up before I met her and be angry straight away. And I would have this internal anger all day long until I went to sleep. My hand would occasionally spasm and shake. If anyone's watched my old streams, you'll have seen it go. And that was because of my PTSD and what was going on in my head. Since meeting her, either she just brightens everything up, but it's been so positive, and the fact that I'm able to speak to her in such a open and frank way is also been really refreshing and good, because if I'm having a bad day or something's not right, I can go, babe, blah, and tell her. And that's allowed me to feel good. So, yeah, I'm just hoping that this video at least gets one of you to think. Just one. And speak to your friends. Reach out. Ask for help. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's nothing to be ashamed about. You're not less of a man if you ask for help. I'm a 5'11" meathead with a big beard, you know, and I'm squatty, and I've asked for help. So don't think that, you know, you can't. You can. You can be the manliest man in the world and ask for help, and you need to do it, because if there's something wrong, simply talking about it and having somebody who is able to listen and not interrupt. And if you've got friends and you know one of your friends right now is suffering and you know there's something wrong, don't patronize them by trying to go and say things like, you know, just be happy. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. This is a gradual journey that these people are going to be on to get them through this, and you need to be there to support them and to listen to what they have to say, and don't brush them off. You know, listen to what they have to say, and then, you know, hey, one of my very closest friends, when I was in complete shit after my marriage broke down and I had to find somewhere else to live, give me a brew and he gave me a hug, and I felt great. So thanks, bud, because he really did help that day. So just ask for help. Ask for help and reach out to somebody. So yeah, I'm not. This isn't being a scripted video. Although this is the second time we're recording it. So, and I don't really know how to end it, and I didn't really end it properly last time. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna say thank you. So I'm not gonna end it like normal. So thank you for watching. If you have, if you've left a comment, I'm gonna read them all, and I'll try to reply back to all of them if there's a lot of them. If there isn't, cool. Thank you for watching and engaging, and I hope I've at least reached out, because I think guys in this hobby, guys in general, need to speak out about what's going on in their head. There's too many people feeling trapped, and the only way out is by hurting themselves. And if we can just get one person to not do it and to get help, then that's amazing. That's all we can ask. That's all I can ask. So yeah. So thank you again, and we'll get back to normal schedule hobby content. I just had to make this video to raise awareness for men's mental health, because I don't think there's enough said about it, and as someone who suffers from it, yeah. So thank you, and I will see you all in the next video. I love you, all of you, so much, and thank you for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.